I'm going to say this with love. But no one's coming to rescue us financially. No pension, no spouse guarantee, no government. So depending on one account is dangerous, period. Today we're going to break down what you need to do to really prepare for your retirement. I'm Dakota Grady, DG the Money Coach, and I'm all about helping you to master your finances. Let's dive into the conversation. Is your 401k your only retirement option right now? Drop in the chat below if you have only a 401k for retirement. And if you do have one account, let's make sure that you watch this video right here because we're tackling what you need to do to get your retirement order. Now this is a two-part series, so I want to make sure you stay for this one and watch the next one. But the first thing is, many people have a 401k only and they have a reliance on Social Security. That's right. Social Security, people have a dependency on that. Now you work hard, I understand, but I'll be honest with y'all, Social Security is not enough. It won't be enough for you when you retire. I have parents and I do the taxes. I have other clients as well. And looking at the numbers, like, man, you're starving like Marvin if you think you're going to depend on Social Security for retirement because it's just not enough. I mean, I have a client that it's like, if he were to quit his job, he wouldn't be able to afford, in my opinion, to live because if he only depended on Social Security, he wouldn't be able to make it. He would have to live somewhere else or with someone in order to make it. So don't depend on Social Security. Have the 401k, of course, but have more than just the 401k. Have more than just the Social Security because Social Security, again, is not enough. And if you're not investing in your 401k, so you put that on pause. So you say, I'm going to pay off debt, which is awesome. Good. But say 4 or 5 years go by and you haven't invested in your 401k and your job is doing it, the money is sitting there, right? It's growing, of course, but not as much as if you were investing in it actively. So don't let Social Security be your buffer in addition to your 401k because Social Security isn't enough. Second thing is not investing in your 401k, right? You may have a 401k offering, but you may not even have dived into the 401k to see what's offered. I met with a client about 2 years ago, and she had a 401k at her job, and she wanted me to see what options were available. So we met. I discussed with her what I would do in terms of investing, but she wanted to understand before she invested, which is awesome. Make sure before you do anything, before you invest, first understand, then invest, because you don't want to invest in something you don't understand. Never buy anything that you don't understand, that you can't explain to somebody in simple terms to let them know that you know about what that item is or whatever you're buying, right? So if you do have a 401k option at your job, 403b, 457 plan at your job, depending on where you work, take advantage of it. And if the job has a match, do that too. Now, if your job doesn't have one, I recommend putting your money into a Roth IRA. That money grows tax-free. I mean, you're investing the money into an account and it grows without taxes when you take it out, which is awesome. Great deal for those who have a Roth. Now, there are limits to how much you can invest. But the whole point is if you can invest, do it now. And the last thing people are doing is putting money into a savings account and not investing. Saving is different from investing. Here's how. So you're saving for a car. Anything you're saving for is less than 5 years. It's not long term. It's long term, but it's not long term, right? So you're saving for a car. You save the money up in a year or two for the car, $10,000, $20,000. But when you invest, well, you will get some interest on that. Even with a high yield savings account, you may get 4.5% HYSA. But investing in the stock market or maybe in real estate, that trumps savings because on average, the stock market has basically yielded 10% on average since it started. And that's been like years, decades. So 10% compared to 4.5%, I'll take the 10% over 4.5%. Now, you can do savings in a high yield savings account, and you can also invest in a 401k or a Roth or IRA or a traditional IRA. The whole point is I want you to invest. Have savings too, for rainy days. I recommend having a rainy day fund of at least a minimum rainy day fund of $500 to $1,500 in a savings account, money market account, savings account, high yield savings account. Those are the options I recommend. And once you pay off debt, it's like get out of debt increase that mini one to a mega one of 3 to 9 months of savings. It's important to have a big chunk of change sitting around in case something happens, a big emergency. So the whole point is I want you to invest. Now, I mentioned one of the things I want you to invest in, but I need you to have a 3-pillar plan: tax-free, taxable, and employer plan. So I'm going to explain those in the next video. So follow me for part 2, and I'll break down each pillar. I'll see you in the next video.